Isaac.
Yay. We play video games sometimes.
Every once in a while.
Gene doesn't play video games.
He sure doesn't.
That's why I'm
He
behind
tries
the
to.
That's why I'm behind the camera.
He buys them.
He buys them.
He doesn't play them.
Looks nice on my shelf.
Decorative.
Yeah.
So
what's the challenge, Zach?
So, what we want to do, we want to see who can finish the most games in 2016. So, to do that, we're calling it DnA versus Video Games of 2016.
Boom.
So, now because our wallets are not prepared for what that implies, we're playing any game.
It may include some new games, but
Not all of them. Ow. I feel it already. But no. Basically, it's so that we can actually get through some part of our crazy backlog. Because if you play video games, you know you have a backlog. It might be 2 or 3 games, it might be 200, 300 games.
Especially if you have Steam.
excluding your Steam list.
Excluding your
Steam.
No.
Including your Steam list.
Oh no!
Just from...
Oh my god!
You know, just last week there was a Steam sale. There's probably one right now. I wouldn't go look right now. That'd be a bad idea. Continue watching this video.
Please.
Please.
Okay, so in that pursuit, we've made up a couple of rules just to clarify things and whatnot, because, you know, depending on the situation, some people might get mad, because no matter what you do, when you complete a game, you get a point, which is fine.
Yep. But some games you can't really complete. Like
Right.
Oscar here plays way too much League. Like
And League of Legends, and then I'm part of the good side of the community, I like to think. Yeah, a lot of League of Legends. And
Ooh, you just start controversy hard right now.
League against Smite, yes. No, I don't play Dota. I tried it. I'll maybe have to try it again sometime, but it's just...
That's besides the point.
Besides
It's
the
a
point.
long-ass video
Yeah,
game,
it's a mobile
and it
and
doesn't actually end.
It doesn't end until you rage quit. So on things like that, we give points to the amount of hours. So when it comes to like lengthy RPGs, MOBAs, or MMOs, or whatever, at the first 10 hours, that's 1 point. 60 hours, 2 points. And at 100, you get 3. So for like me, since I try to play League almost every night, I'll eventually get there.
He'll have that
There's
100 hours by next week, and he'll have his 3 points.
Pretty much. This is going to happen either way. And so it'd be 3. And then say it was just an RPG in that case, and you went through and got, because over 100 hours, that's it. You don't get anything else. But if you glue that 100 hours and then you beat the game, you still get that 1 point for being in the
So
game.
basically, you can get up to 4 points if it's a game you can beat, and it went over 100 hours.
Yep.
So,
That's
yes.
a good strategy, though.
So you're saying if you have a long RPG and you put 100 hours, you get the 3 points, and if you actually beat it, it's an
Yes.
extra.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
what's up?
so when Fire Emblem Fates come out,
Xenoblade
There's-
Chronicles X, though?
That's going to be over 100 hours.
What about Blue Dragon?
I don't know why.
We don't
you
talk
said
about
that,
Blue
but yeah. I mean, if you wanted to, I guess. But yeah.
Okay.
So what else we got?
the second rule, finishing games from previous years counts. And that was what he mentioned earlier, because, oh god, our wallets.
Exactly.
Can't
If I want to go back and play Pokemon Blue, I'm gonna play Pokemon Blue.
Which is going to
That's
happen
gonna
this
count.
year.
Digital even.
Digital.
If I eventually want to jump on the Undertale hype, I can do that happily and it still count.
Except I'm gonna do that.
It might eventually be
No.
Let's Play.
Maybe.
Potentially.
Spoilers.
Let's Plays, what?
For some of us who
Latest
don't
Let's
have new
Plays coming
games,
to you.
and that's the next rule. For some of us who don't have new games, and we say we want to go with the challenge and still want to go back. Like say Brandon plays Final Fantasy X for the 8th time, or one of the Battlefronts or something like that.
Yeah.
Replaying the game will still get you half a point,
Exactly.
and that rule I believe still applies to the hours.
Hours can still count because if you
Full
sink
points?
100 hours into Final Fantasy X for the 8th time, you can still get your points.
So I'm currently playing Wind Waker HD. That's new enough, right? Cause
Wait for that.
oh, you have a point. That's a point. Go up.
We prepared for this.
Did we?
It's almost like we're ready.
It's like we're ready.
We're not ready.
Oscar, please.
We're not
Did
ready.
you not write that down?
No, because it wasn't a rule.
Zach, take it away.
Then say it yourself.
So basically, HD remasters of games, they count as a new game because the developers put in the work, right?
Yeah.
So if we put in the work or they
didn't
put in the work, I guess if it's a shit remaster, but that's besides the point. So he wants to play Wind Waker HD. If I want to play Twilight Princess HD, that'll be a full point.
Yay.
Cheating.
Well, wait. But does that also apply to the rule as far as hours?
Hours count universally,
Hours counts
I think.
towards
Universally.
anything.
Yeah,
But
because
there's a reason we put 10 hours at the starting point. Because here's the next, well, not the next thing, that's the last thing. I'm going to jump to that first. 'Cause I don't care.
Okay.
perfect.
Visual novels count. Those are still technically games. You go on Steam, it's gonna count as a game on there.
If I want to play Phoenix Wright, that counts. Of course it counts.
Of course it counts. And those are usually short.
Like,
So your completion thing still counts. And like the only exclusion we've ever made so far was like if you jumped on one of those Flash game websites.
exactly.
Those aren't gonna count.
You're not gonna go through like 20 of those and get 20 points.
Yeah, because then it's just like it destroys the fun of the competition.
It really does.
Mm-hmm. So visual novels count, and that I purposely put online Flash games don't. And then we got to one that might be iffy, and that's what we put as a rule. Standalone DLCs, like Assassin's Creed had one, Infamous had one.
Freedom Cry, which is basically the story of Catcher Freeman.
What?
Yeah, standalone is subject to discretion because while certain ones like the Assassin's Creed one may count, or let me think of another one real quick.
We'll discuss them as they come up. Basically.
Exactly, but I'm trying to give an example of what wouldn't count. The Assassin's Creed one is a whole story on its own. And then you have like Bloodborne, where
Like the Old Hunters, that was a good like 10 hours of my time.
it's not really standalone either, to be fair.
Exactly, you have to be.
But that'll
in the
still count
game.
towards your hours.
Yeah.
And one that wouldn't count because it's just too arcadey and there's not anything extra added. I'm sorry if you really enjoyed it. Was the Infamous DLC, the one I think was First Light.
Yeah, it had a story to it, and it was standalone, but it was also just kind of get the high score.
Yeah, so it was meant for replayability and not adding more to the story really besides that
A little
little bit.
bit,
Just
little
a
bit.
little smidge. Here's a crumb.
Like I feel like we could give that like half a point.
Yeah, that it's basically up to discretion, whatever we decide. And for the most part, I think that's it. Anything else?
I have one note that I want to make, but before I do, are we going to be updating our viewers on our?
Yes, we are. We're hoping to do at least monthly, bi-month, or every other month or so.
I like that.
At the very least, every other month. We want to give you an update, what we've played, what our scores are at the moment, that sort of thing.
That sounds
fair
good.
enough.
What we're looking forward to playing the next month or so.
So real quick, it is my phone says it's the 5th. I don't know if that's true or not, but
It's
I'm
about
just
to be.
kidding. How much have you done so far on anything?
So, well, this doesn't count because, that was 2015. But just before 2015 ended, I did finish Danganronpa 1 and 2. I am currently playing Ultra Despair Girls, as I mentioned earlier. I'm also doing the Wind Waker HD, and I'm just gonna say this real quick. In addition to this game challenge that we're doing as a group, I have a personal challenge to myself. So new Zelda's coming out this year. There's a lot of Zelda games that I just have not completed. I own like almost every single one of them. But there's just a lot that I haven't finished. So my personal challenge is I'm starting this with Wind Waker HD. I'm already halfway through. I'm going to have that done probably by mid-February at most.
Yeah.
Yeah. At most. I'm probably going to be done by the end of January. Anyway. So my goal, personal goal, this has nothing to do with the channel rules that we just mentioned. I'm going to try to have every single Zelda game finished before the new Zelda game, including Twilight Princess HD. There's a few little hidden notes there, like Hero's Quest, stuff like that, but I'll just talk about that on a separate thing. I don't want to spoil
every Zelda game.
every Zelda game. Well, everyone that I haven't finished already, because I've already finished.
Well, I get that, but I mean like literally the entire series of Zelda.
That's a lot of points.
That's a lot.
Sure is. I'm just like, hey.
That's my goal. That's my goal.
He's not feeling so confident with his MOBAs now, is he?
I've got like 12 visual novels waiting on my Steam. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, to be fair, I'm gonna start this with like the original 2 NES Legend of Zelda games that I've never finished because they were like really hard. And yeah, I'm gonna try to get those done. Finish Link to the Past, which I've never done, and I'm just gonna go from there. See how that turns out.
Do you have your own separate goal, or at least a strategy for this?
I hope to at least hit 30 finished games, but other than that, I'm just going to be going after whatever comes out, and my backlog, of course, but yeah.
30 sounds like
I don't have a set plan other than that yet.
Really, I think we all win from this because we have so many games that we just we really needed just something to like motivate us to actually play
To
games.
finish Persona 4.
And don't God. And don't worry guys, we won't let this interfere with the bread and butter of this channel, the anime. We'll still be watching them so we can
Don't you
talk
do
to you.
unboxings?
We're all actually working on JoJo right now. Spoilers.
Yeah.
I think we all are done with Stardust Crusaders the first season at least, right?
I think he's almost done with
Almost done. Okay.
Season
But I
1.
finished part 1 and 2, which is the entirety of season 1.
Coming up shortly.
Coming up.
Directly to you.
No, I'm not gonna.
Too late,
First
right?
reviews. Did you get it?
I think I got it.
Oh God,
Got
yeah,
that
he got
camera,
it.
what's
Wow. You saw here live on stream. He killed a mosquito with his hands.
He's ready.
He is better than Saitama.
He's gonna crush the competition with all these games.
Oh man, that's a good ending right there. You guys didn't have anything else? Cause we're
No, I'm good. Just spoilers. Rob's is probably gonna be mostly strategy RPG.
well, that's a lot of points.
A lot of dungeon crawling. on
That's
Rob's
a
end.
lot of 100 hours.
God.
Rip.
And don't worry, Rob will appear in future videos to like talk about his backlog and stuff like that.
Oh, his poor backlog.
The-
So many RPGs.
So what would you say? Look forward to the update video at the end of February?
I think
End of
so.
February, I think that's a good target.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Alright.
That'll give us time to get some games in.
Alright, cool.
All right, guys.
See you in the next video.
Stay gold.
Later.